Now, dear students, we move to another subject. It is about the inscribed circle. The inscribed angle. The inscribed angle. What do I mean? What do I mean with the inscribed angle? The inscribed angle, it is an angle. Here is a circle. It is an angle in the circle. الزاوية المحيطية. It is an angle in the circle. Let's take this. Let's take this. A, B, C. Let's take A. Here is B, C. Here is the inscribed angle. Here is the inscribed angle. He defines it. It is the angle which is its vertex is a point of the circle, and its two sides are chords in the angle. Okay? It is the angle which vertex is a point on the circle, and its two sides are two legs. Let's call them legs. Are chords in the circle. Okay? It is an angle which is its vertex. The head is a point on the circle. There is a point on the circle, and its two legs are chords in the circle. Do not ever forget the definition of the inscribed angle. Do not ever forget the definition of the inscribed angle, because it is very important in the ministerial exams, and there I expect high percentage will give you questions about it. Now, notice the measure of the inscribed angle equals half of its intercepted arc. Do you know what I mean? I mean, the measure of this circle is half of the value of the measure of the arc which is opposite to it. He says the measure of the intersected of the inscribed angle equals half of the measure of its intercepted arc. يعني قياس الزاوية المحيطية هو نصف قياس قوسها. واضح ولا؟ I mean measure of the angle ABC equals 1/2 the arc AC. Do not forget the informations about this inscribed angle. The inscribed angle is different of the central angle. The central angle, its vertex is inside the circle. Inside the circle, its vertex, the central angle, its vertex is the center of the circle. But the inscribed angle is vertex, its vertex is a point on the perimeter of the circle. Okay? Now, let's take an example. Example. He has given me this circle. Example, he has drawn this circle, and this is a diameter. I have this and this line, and this, and this here is a point E, D, B. Here is A. Here is C. Here is 140 degrees, and here is 30 degrees. He said, for this example, find one, the angle D, two, the angle BAD. Of course, this example, example 1, page 132. How to solve this example? How to solve this example? Focus with me. He has given me this shape. Saying the measure of the angle D. The measure of the angle D. It is an inscribed angle. I am, as a student, when I come to solve any question, I have to think deeply. Okay? The teacher has given me this question, saying solve the measure of the angle D. Okay. I will not be hesitated. Why? Because I have studied the inscribed angle, and the teacher told me that the measure of the inscribed angle equal half of its intercepted arc. Which is its intercepted arc? Here is it, ACE. I mean, measure of the angle D equals 1/2 measure of the arc ACE. Why? Because the arc ACE is the angle's intersected arc. Okay? I mean, measure of D equals 1/2 times 140. Okay? Because the arc is 140 degrees. This one and this 70. 70 times 1 and equals 70 degrees. This is the solution of this question. Okay, now students, do not be hesitated. Just think deeply and scientifically so as to solve these questions. Go home and read all the questions about the inscribed angle, and you will get the result, student. This is the measure of D. It is inscribed angle. The inscribed angle equals half of the measure of its intersected arc. قياس الزاوية المحيطية أو نصف قياس قوسها 70 degrees. Now let's move to number 2. He wants the measure of the angle BAD. Look at me. BAD. This angle. He wants it. Okay? Now, look at me. Equals BAD. An inscribed angle equals half of its arc. I mean, its arc is BD. That equals 1/2 BD. Here is it. Okay, here is it. Equals 1/2 BD. I mean, what? Do I have the measure of BD? No. I don't have the measure of the arc BD. Look, this is a noun. An unknown. This arc is an unknown. This is an inscribed angle. He wants the measure of it. It equals the measure of the arc BD. Okay? Deal? Okay. Now, how can I conclude this measure? Now I have to think outside of the box. How? at this BD. What is the relation between the arc BD and this angle? This angle DEB, the angle measure of DEB, BED equals this angle even half of the arc BD. This is equation number 1 and this equation number 2. Look at me. How will I connect the ideas to get as fast as possible to the result? Now, look at me. The measure, he wants the measure of the angle BAD. I studied it and the teacher told me that it is an inscribed angle. The measure of the uninscribed angle equals 1/2 of its intersected arc, okay? But the intersected arc does not exist. I make this an equation as the equations in the third chapter. Now, I want to conclude by myself, depend on myself so as to conclude the solution. The measure of DEB or the measure of DBE equals 30. Look at me. BAD and BED are in the same arc. Okay? The same arc. They are parallel in the same arc. Okay? I mean, if BAD equal half of the arc, even DBED equal half of the arc. I mean, by 1 and 2, I get the measure of this. Look at me, this equals this. I mean, this equals this. BAD equals the measure of the angle BED. Well, that equals 30 degrees. I mean, I concluded that the measure of the angle BAD even equal 30 degrees. Dear students, hope you understood this solution. In the curriculum, he did not explain 1 and 2 and but I explained all this for you so as to arrive for the idea easily, inshallah ta'ala. Okay? Read it very well, okay? Read it very well. Especially these examples, which I am every day solving them for you. They are very important. They are very important, especially in the ministerial exam. Why? I guess they will give you this, one of these 3 or 4 examples which we studied last lectures. Okay? See you in the next lecture, inshallah ta'ala. Dear students, hope you read all this very well so as to understand it, and we will examine